Yeah! You sick for these. You sicker than a dog for these. I don't want to see them all. I don't want to see them all.
Y'all heard it here first, folks. Hey, what's going on? It's Chris Obona here with another video. Thanks so much for tuning in. Y'all already know what we're about to do. Got Jazz modeling today. It's a beautiful day. We're about to get out of here and just make some magic. So two things. One, we can obviously shoot, like kind of use this rail as like leading lines. But then two, there's this spot right here where the path separates, and you can get a really good look at like, you can get some symmetry here with like the buildings in the background too. Yeah, I'm gonna be using, because the sun's like, it's way up there. It's there, yeah, and it can be like really harsh shadows on the face or behind her, depending on where the sun is. So for this first shot, I'm shooting with the Canon R5 with the 28-70. That way I can zoom in and out as I please. I've got the 8400 with a 7-inch reflector dish, which is great, especially for the bridge. It gets really windy, so you would definitely need a sandbag if you're using a bigger modifier. But I'm shooting at f2 wide open. I've got my shutter speed at 1/6400th of a second in order to really give more of a dramatic look here. As you can see, the sky is really blue, so I wanted to make sure that I could expose my subject correctly without blowing out the sky. Really wanted to avoid having people in the background so that I wouldn't have to do any extreme editing, but this is the result. So we decided to hang out here for just a little bit longer and play with this railing and see what all we could get from this angle. I really wanted to use some leading lines here. As you guys can see, there are some people on the other side of her. Thinking was, let's just shoot it and see, maybe I'll edit them out in post. As you guys can see, the sun is high above us to the right, so she's got kind of a harsh shadow on her. I'm using that reflector dish on this same side in order to even that lighting out for these photos.
Yeah, like that.
Oh, excuse me. That's dope. Look towards Mariah. Stay right there. I'm gonna see this angle. One thing that's important to note here is that I'm shooting opposite side of the sun here. And normally, if you're shooting like this in a normal scenario where you're shooting with natural light, you really have to bring the shadows up in your subject in order for the sun not to be blown out. You've got to expose for your subject. Luckily, even just using a reflector dish, we're able to even that light out on top of her and get some really good images with a lot of detail, a lot of color, and the exposure is just relatively balanced when you shoot this way. That's beautiful. Good job. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some symmetry shots. So what we have is like, she's staying right here in the middle and we've got the leading lines going out this way. And you take a photo with her right in the middle and you'll have like mirrored image on both sides, which is just pleasing to the viewer's eye typically. So the reason the 28-70 has been my go-to portrait lens, especially for shooting outside, is because it's just everything that you really need in portraiture, right? You can get up to 70 millimeters, which is pretty close to 85, which is your standard portrait lens. But then you've also got f2, so you can really bring your aperture down. So it's good for low light, it's good for bokeh. It does everything overall that you would really want out of a lens. So you want to shoot wide, you can shoot wide. You want to shoot telephoto, you've got that too. It's basically everything that you need in one lens. So that's why it's one of my favorites. It's why I use it for shoots like this if I don't want to really worry about going back and forth between different lenses. I love it. The same poses, but just make sure like lean forward at the hips a little bit, like that. Cool. This is fantastic. Lean forward a little bit more for me. That's it. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Good. Good. That's dope. Bring that left hand down to your thigh. Not, yeah, like on top, the left hand, put it on top, right there. Good. And then stand up for me. I want you to about here. I'm gonna move you back just a little bit. A little more, right there. That's perfect, perfect. Good, bring the elbows in with it. A little less, Right there, right there. Good. There you go, just kind of move through it, perfect. Hey, thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure y'all go and follow Jazz on IG.
Yes.
What's your IG?
TXPrettyJazz. Y'all follow me on IG. That's on all platforms.
And then if y'all enjoyed this video, go check out this other video where I show you guys how to use off-camera flash and more videos like these. Otherwise, we'll see y'all in the next video.
Yes.
Oh.